What's going on, guys? I'm YST and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, to talk about some of the worst rated champions in Raid history, we've got Mr. Nub Raids. How's it going, bro?
It's good. It's good. Hopefully Plarium will listen because a lot of these champs are free champions, and hopefully they will be improved, and everyone can get some good champions out of it. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, we just hopped off the back of 2 videos speaking about some of the worst non-void and void champions across the rankings in the index. And just to give you a bit of a glance of what we're speaking about, someone that did pop up, spoiler, was my boy Rorik Wormbane. So basically based on in-game reviews, right? And how did you come across these again on your stream, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think people on my CVC stream were just asking, like, Nub, who's the worst rated champ in the game? And then we went down this whole rabbit hole of checking them all out. And I said, hey, let's actually split this into different discrete chunks, like the worst voids, worst mythicals, and break it down. And yeah, one thing that shocked me was how the Doom Tower champions really dominate. Like, my God, if we'll look at Chromax, I'm sure, but I saw Chromax's ratings and my jaw hit the floor. And I don't think they're wrong, but I was like, wow, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, do you think, like, for me, when I was just having a little bit of a think about it, do you think that the Doom Tower champions are rated so lowly in game because of how long it takes to acquire them? And then by the time you actually pick the champion up, they maybe don't have as much value as you would if you got them very early on. Do you think that's the reason for it, or?
Maybe for a couple, but then generally, I mean, we'll see when we look at them. I think they're also just really bad. Some of them are like genuinely terrible champions. And then I think there's a few that are actually pretty good and are sort of being just marked as bad because they are Doom Tower. So I think it's a mix. I do think it's a mix.
All right, so I guess you did mention the first one, Chromax.
Yeah.
This is actually the 7th champion we get from the Doom Tower. And just to put it into context of how long it takes to get these champions, guys, like, what is it? You get 3 fragments per room for 12 floors, right? So
yeah,
if you not every player is going to do every single one. I definitely didn't when I started climbing the floors. What's that? The fastest you can do it is 3 rotations for one champion.
Bit over 3. I mean, even if you rough ball it and say it takes 4 months,
5
so
months.
you can get 3 Doom Tower champs per year. So you're looking at over 2 years at a fast pace to get Chromax. Realistically, it's probably more like 3 years.
Yeah, and to like completely get all the champions, it could be 3 to 4 years. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Chromax, why do you think he gets? Where is he from? There he is. What don't you like about this dude, or why do you think he's rated poorly?
Yeah, I mean, visually he's awesome, right? He's visually so cool, but I mean, let's go through his kit first. We'll talk about why. 4 turn A, we provoke decreased accuracy. I can't 4 turns. It's way too long.
Yeah.
And then his A2 is single target block buffs, isn't it? Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Like that. Yeah, it's pretty dreadful. Where do you use that? It's so bad. That really could be an A1 almost. Decrease attack A1. His passive is kind of fun, right? He has a chance to hex enemies when he's attacked, and it's a high chance. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Bit niche, but it's fun. But yeah, he's clearly supposed to be a Hydra champion, but he doesn't really work. He should have a 3 turn on the A3, and the A2 should be AoE. And at that point, I'll be honest, he's still not very, very good, but he'd be okay. You know, he could maybe even fill the whole team's turn meter on the A2, and he wouldn't be amazing, but he'd be okay. And still would probably have the problem you mentioned at the start of the game, that by the time you get him, it takes so long. He's just not very good. That's still an issue as well.
Yeah,
but he'd be okay then.
Yeah, he is kind of. That's just so bad. Do you know, I remember once I was speaking about, oh my God, Chromax could actually be sick for one of my teams and stuff, right? And I built him up and I realized it's a single target block buff. So I was like, there is no way that you put this dude as the 7th champion with a single target. But yeah, I agree with what you said. Like, to make him just a decent champion for players, AoE provoke 3 turn cooldown, AoE block burst with an AoE 10 meter fill for the team. Maybe even have something like, do you know, like Padma from the Demon Spawn? Something like decrease attack if it's critical, you get decreased attack on all enemies. Maybe even like a Harima, right? Chance to place it on everybody. And then, yeah, pretty decent champion for Hydra, right?
He could place like decrease attack on every enemy under Hex. That would be fun with his passive. You know? Something a bit more spicy. Yeah.
Do you think he deserves this crazy? Do you think 1.1 is fair?
It's pretty fair. Like, I mean, he genuinely is so bad. You would never, no one would ever use this champion. Like, you just would never use it. Wow, the recommended sets are defense and life. Good old HP percent boots with your defense percent gloves, of course.
It's such a shame
Yeah.
because he looks so badass in game, man. But yeah, I think me and
Yeah,
Nubs
I
have both
know.
agreed that this dude is in dire state of a buff here.
Dire, yeah. Yeah. I think, and they generally as well, they should definitely up the amount of fragments people get for Doom Tower champs, and they should probably they should probably just give you whatever 10 generic fragments for every. I don't know. Maybe
I
5
always
generic
thought,
fragments.
I'm not sure if you're against this idea. I honestly thought it'd always be cool to
Pick.
universal fragment system and pick your champion.
Yeah, that would be so much better. 100%.
Because you can't expect a player to sit there and play for 3-4 years to have a crack at a Chromax. You know what I mean? It's a bit crazy, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, like they've even said themselves, they consider Doom Tower to be like basically dead content. Like not dead, but done. It's completed. I think why not let newer players collect the stuff faster? Like why
In
not?
which way? Do you know what? I was just thinking off the top of my head. Do you know how we've got like the token trader? There could potentially be like a Doom Tower trader, and you kind of collect your coins from the fragments or whatever, and you buy the kind of champion once you get enough or something.
100%. And you could choose epics or legendaries. Yeah, you could pick up copies to empower them.
Yeah.
For cheaper, perhaps. Yeah, that'd be
Pretty
great.
cool idea.
There's so much potential there that's not being tapped at all.
Yeah, for sure. I guess next up. Ooh, who should we go with? Do you know what? We go with Uros. I was actually surprised to see this one on the list.
I was surprised too. This is one that took me by
I'm
surprise.
going
He's
crazy.
undead.
Yeah, he's undead. I was thinking
dead.
Knights Revenant for a second.
Yeah, it's one of those champs that sort of you get mixed up. I was really surprised by this because I think he is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
This champion obviously is infamous for soloing the Scarab boss with his poisons and just being able to tank through the Scarab no problem. But he's a decent champ. Other than that, he can do a decent bit of damage. He's got some nice buffs for your team. I think he's okay. I really don't think what are his ratings? I don't think he's that bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a bit harsh, man.
Yeah, I think it's very harsh. Like, I guess in context of some of the other ones we're going to be speaking about, he's only the second champion that we get from the Doom Tower, right?
Yeah, so you get him early.
Strength and ally protection on a 3-turn cooldown is pretty damn good, right? And, like you said, facing one of the hardest bosses with ease by just killing the Scarab King. But even without that, AoE decreased speed in there, some poisons, and chance to place a stun if they're under 3 or more poisons, bit quirky. We've got the shield here.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, pretty not too bad, man. And of course, he's actually a part of the only trio synergy in the game, right? We've got
it's such a weird synergy.
Rian the Conjurer, Uros, and what's the last name?
It's Uros and then Akoth the Seared.
Akoth,
so they're all in different factions.
Yeah.
They're in the same alliance actually, but they really don't synergize well at all. Maybe if Rian was like AoE revive, but again, it's like you've got these champions that activate skills when they're revived, but both Akoth and Uros are both very tanky. They just like Uros
it's like they're never gonna die, right?
He doesn't die, so what's going on?
Rian's gonna die before him. It's a bit of like she needs reviving, right?
Yeah, it should probably be like whenever she revives anyone, they can activate the skills or something. I don't know. It's very weird though.
It is cool though, like the elemental thing. I really hope they play in it again in a better way.
Yeah. I thought it's a really fun idea in concept, but it does not work in execution whatsoever. But I'm not opposed to it. As you said, it's actually really cool, and they definitely should do something like that in the future. But
I just realized she's got an Uros blade and a Koth blade. That's pretty badass.
She's super cool, man. It's sick, but it just doesn't translate.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I guess we're both in agreement that he is very harshly rated here, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably okay. I
think main one for me is
okay. You could lower the poison requirements on his A2 maybe. But yeah, he can be provoking people. He gets tanky. Yeah, but I mean, you could make it always decreases turn meter. But if they've got 1 poison, it's decreased speed. If they've got 2, he does a stun. Like that makes it much easier to trigger. But I think he's probably fine. Like he's super tanky.
Yeah,
he can do okay damage. I think he's all right. I don't think he needs massive changes, to be honest.
I guess if there was going to be one like cherry picker, maybe just allow him to place the decreased speed without any poisons being active.
Okay, yeah,
And then
you
maybe
could do
make the
that. Yeah.
stun conditional if they're under a poison or under 2 poisons or something. But I think
Yeah.
decreased speed is
Yeah,
such
that
a
works.
common debuff, and to be able to just use this without needing the effect, I think is the one.
Yeah.
But
That would actually be really, yeah, that's actually a
yeah,
great idea. AoE decrease speed just flat out, and then turn meter, maybe 15% turn meter at 1 poison, stun at 2,
2,
and then maybe 30% turn meter as well at 3. I don't know, something like that could be
yeah.
cool. Yeah. Do some fun stuff with him. But yeah, he's not bad. I think
Raid, if you're
it's pretty hard
watching, I
to
would
beat.
actually love to see them revisit the elementals and just see if there's something they can do.
Mm.
I don't know, like, I know we mentioned switching factions of Alton. Is it bad to suggest a cough going into Undead or something? Or, some
Uh,
elemental stuff for faction wars? Who knows?
moving Ultan, I don't think affects anything. Moving Acoth is a little awkward just because he is. I think he's much better champ generally than Ultan, and just with the AoE burns, does have synergy with several demon spawns. That's a bit tricky. You kind of need
I
to.
guess so, yeah.
Yeah, it's more difficult. Yeah, yeah. I think if there's like alliance themed stuff, because at least they're all in the corrupted. So
Well, that's true.
whenever there is alliance themed stuff, they can work well. But it's just that doesn't exist, right? And
Corrupted
where
tournaments, right? We're gonna see the elementals pop out for like one day.
yeah, like I don't know. It's really awkward because I mean, if you got like you look at Siege and you got the corrupted only. I mean, it's just mythicals, right?
Yeah,
You're never going to bring in Acoth the Seared in Siege. It's not happening. So I don't know. Tricky.
interesting one. All right, so
Mm.
next one here, we're gonna go like all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. I'm talking about the ultimate reward that players get. Like, you have sat there, you've grinded your ass off, you've built up all these rares for secret rooms, you've done it all, guys, and you're
Yeah.
rewarded with the Shadowkin's Pinocchio. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Why do you not have his mask instead of Genzin? I think that would be
Can you
cool.
imagine? It'll just be like this. I'll be poking the nose into the mic 24/7. Like, here we go. Look. Wait, where's the mask? Wait,
Yeah.
one sec. Here we go. We're gonna remix
Oh
this,
my
right? Here we
God.
go.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it now. Now that looks cool. When I think cool, that's what I picture right there. I
Yeah.
tell you.
But he looks pretty badass. Bit of a bird theme going on. He is bringing in increased defense and counterattack. But this champion, oh my god, it's worse than I thought.
Yeah, it's just for himself on a 4-turn cooldown as well.
Like happy days, and placing a stun for 2 turns. Ignores.
Now that move is okay.
No,
It is
but
a
like, if
stun
we
that ignores.
just to sidetrack a little bit here,
Yeah.
Andrissia does that, and she's an epic, right? Does she not do a 2-turn stun? Where is it?
There, yeah. If they have no active buffs, it's a 2-turn stun. Yeah, it's true. Now, I think this is okay. I think that move is actually okay because it ignores block debuffs. So I'm like, you know what? That's all right. I'd make it ignore Stone Skin as well. And then, that's actually not bad then. Not amazing, but it's okay. It's acceptable.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure
2-turn
this is
stun
actually a damage move as well, right? I'm pretty sure it can smack as well. I think with the multipliers. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, look, it's behind my head, sorry, but he only has 1387 base defense and 50% base crit. Like, he does not have damage stats whatsoever.
Increases this champion's defense each time they counterattack. Resets every time he gets a turn.
That's a massive problem.
At the start. That's sweet. At the start of the champion's turn, please to provoke on enemies under increased attack. Jeez, okay.
Yeah, and that has a 4-turn cooldown on it as well. It should be just every turn.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think whatever this ratings is, I agree. Personally.
Yeah, he's really
Jeez,
bad,
that is horrid.
Yeah. Yeah. He needs fairly substantial changes.
Guys, if there's anybody out there watching this video that genuinely loves Jimro the Stalker, please let me know and enlighten us. I can't see at all.
I like him more than other people. I think I used him in Siege a couple of times for fun. But yeah, he's not great. Not great. Let's be real. Not great. So like that should have no cooldown. It should just happen. Increases defense when he counterattacks. Should not reset. It should just happen. Converting resist into accuracy. That's fine. But it's kind of weird because like you're building resist, but you need to build damage stats. So it just sort of helps you hit your accuracy. I think it's fine, but the other bits need improvement.
Man, I don't know,
yeah,
Nubs. If I grinded 4 years for this dude, I am pissed.
Yeah, you'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah. Nice. 2-turn stun is nice. Maybe just.
It is nice. His A1 being an AoE attack.
Is it too much to ask to make this AoE? Make him the 4th counterattack champion in the game?
I mean, given that it's a 4-turn, I think that's actually pretty reasonable. Yeah,
Increased
I think
defense,
why not?
counter attack.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a.
I think make the A1 AoE and, like I said, change up the other
This guy needs a
change up the
rework,
passive.
man. He's like in
He
that
needs a
Norog
lot, but
situation. I think people that's
yeah, yeah,
grinding
yeah.
that
Very
long should be given, like we're getting Carnage nowadays and
right.
Lamassus and Mithrala Lifebanes, and then you sit there and grind the Doom Tower, which is pretty damn hard. You need to build a lot more champions than you do for some other content areas I just mentioned. Like, you should be
Yeah.
rewarded with someone pretty badass. And this, do you know what? Do you think?
I like the
Actually,
idea
I'm
of
gonna go now.
AoE counterattack. I think that actually is totally appropriate for the reasons you mentioned. He's Void. He's the 9th champ from Doom Tower. Like, screw it. Why the hell not? Increase defense, counterattack for your team. Go. Bam.
Yeah. Cool.
He needs a lot. He needs a lot. Deserved the ratings, I'm
He deserves
afraid.
the reins. Yeah. All right. So next up, oh no, on the list. I can't believe this. We'll go with we're gonna go with a Gomlok. We go to the third
Okay.
champion. I think he's a pretty cool one.
I'm surprised this guy has such bad ratings, I'll say. I think he's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But let's see his rate. I think his ratings are dreadful. Like, I think this is too harsh myself. I think he needs a buff, but
Yeah.
I think it's too harsh. So he has his A3. It's a 4-turn decreased defense, weaken, and 10% turn meter pushback. Now it's got this awkward thing where he needs to have full HP, and that's a bit clunky. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think the cooldown is probably a bit long as well. He's got affinity problems. I think you could just let him have it 3-turn cooldown. His A2 is really good. A2 genuinely is really cool. 2-turn cooldown. That's the key. 4 books to a 2-turn cooldown. Steals all buffs and steals 50% of their maximum turn meter. Actually, pretty darn good.
Yeah.
That move's good.
Got
His
a
A1
Leech
first.
A1 as well.
Yeah. And then his passive is, I think, pretty much whatever.
Whenever 4 more buffs are placed on the enemy team in a single turn, places a shield buff on this champion equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. Okay, so a bit of self-protection, way to self-heal and heal the team a bit. Placing a leech debuff for 2 turns on random enemies. Pretty nice. I don't see where he's at, honestly. Like, so I'm thinking areas like the Dark Fae, perhaps, could be pretty good. Stealing turn meter, cycling, healing, dropping down the mirror copies. Yeah, it's not too bad.
He's genuinely not bad. Like,
Yeah.
the 4-turn cooldown is long, but he's getting a lot of turn meter potentially on his A2 on a short cooldown to cycle.
Yeah.
Like, you do A3, A2, A1, A2, A3, and you cycle that way. It's actually, you know what? It probably does make sense for him to have the 4-turn cooldown on the A3.
Yeah, I think the idea is you're stealing the turn meter to cycle around, a bit like a Growhawk, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
To energize a bunny. This I think is a bit.
I think
What
it's
is
way too
he?
harsh.
Gomlok was the 3rd champion, so straight after Uros.
Yeah.
It's not that.
I think that's too harsh, man. I do.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to use him for Faction Wars Hard. Probably. I think he's actually okay.
Do you think just remove
Yeah.
this conditionality of having full HP, and that alone is?
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could remove it, and you can maybe make his passive a bit more fun as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you would do, but yeah, I think you could perhaps even have him giving a shield to your team or something. You could have him do something kind of funky. So it has a 3-turn cooldown on that passive as well. It's not happening all the time. It's got a long cooldown. You can make it spicier. Like, he just gives everyone a shield every 3 turns, your whole team, just unconditionally. That would be pretty fun, and make his whole idea of you steal their turn meter, he's taking lots of turns to compensate for long cooldowns. Well, hey, he's also pumping out shields just for taking turns. That could be pretty awesome, and do some fun builds. So I think he could be good.
Yeah, I was just having a little look because he kind of reminds me of like just seeing how much better is he than a Two Hawk the Wanderer, who's an epic. I think honestly they pair very well together.
Yeah.
Because he's bringing the decreased speed and stuff, and then you're getting all the turn meters and not too bad, man. From like a faction wars perspective.
I think people are too harsh on Gomlok. I think he could get a nice buff to his passive, but yeah, I think he's really not anywhere near as bad as people think. Honestly,
yeah, for sure. All right, so this next one, actually, we're gonna switch it up. I know we're doing Doom Tower, but I don't even think I mentioned at the start, guys. But also doing some of the worst rated mythicals. So one that you have, we're just gonna.
I have him.
We're gonna go not Frony. We're going into Fiorad Wolfhart, and I actually like this dude. Why do you think he's poorly rated?
I think he's terrible.
Really?
I have it. Yeah, I have him. I think he's terrible. So one massive problem, his second form, his alternate form has very bad damage. He's got
Okay.
good damage on his A3, but that's it.
One
He
trick pony.
also he really requires people to be his A2, his AoE is really quite weak.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's really very weak. He also requires like crowd control, but he's got no way to provide it himself in his second form, so it's very awkward. His A1 and his passive really suck.
Yeah.
Really suck. Yeah, he's pretty dreadful in his form too. It needs a substantial buff. His first form is okay. It has this whole Galen pack conditionality, which is awkward, but it's still an AoE freeze decrease speed
Yeah.
with an extra turn. It's pretty good. His A2 is good. Not crazy, but it's good. Block debuffs, reduce skill. It's fine. His A1 is quite good. He's good for Fire Knight Hard because he can potentially do a 4-hitter
Yeah.
to knock down the shield and to freeze. It's fine.
Yeah. Freeze of the passive.
Passive kind of bad. The Galen pack stuff is really awkward, honestly. I think his form 2 needs a massive buff. His base form is like it's not crazy or anything, but it's decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's very underwhelming. You basically you have to look at him as like you just get the base form champion, and it's like, all right, AoE freeze, block debuffs, increase speed, bit of cooldown reduction. It's like, all right, that's fine, but
Yeah.
it's nothing special.
I was
Bit
just thinking
awkward.
it like when I was reading it initially, because I haven't got the champ or ever played with it. I was thinking,
Yeah.
freeze. Because the extra turn, you lead into the metamorph, enabling the crowd control for this skill. Boom,
Yeah.
block revive. And then
That's basically well, he can kind of do it, but then you're stuck in form 2, and he's absolutely
then you're
dog
just
shit.
stuck here just doing like,
Doing
a
nothing.
bit of
Yeah, it's
weird.
waiting.
Yeah, I think that's the issue with it. Maybe a bit of
Yeah.
work on this one, do you think? Is the issue?
Yeah, definitely. That I think his A1, his A2, and his passive in form 3
Yeah, I
all
don't think
suck.
this is too bad. Like, block
The A3 is
revive.
very good.
Yeah, pretty
The A3 is
nice. I
very
think
good.
the issue is once you've kind of done all this
Everything
setup
else.
right, you've almost triggered polymorph and you've evaded
Mhm.
everything. You've leaned into this and boom, you've sat down one dude right. I think you
See,
should.
the big problem you run into, he's like the freeze version of Gizmak, yeah? But
Yeah.
Gizmak does way more damage. They've got the same multipliers, but Gizmak has a bunch of effects that make him hit way harder, and freeze nerfs your damage as well.
Yeah.
So he's like worse than Gizmak. But with Gizmak, burns last for 2 to 3 turns, and he can place them on Stone Skin at the start of the fight. This guy, freeze only basically lasts for 1 turn, and it's much rarer as well. So it's way more difficult to actually enable him to do anything
From the Galen
compared to a
packs as
Gizmak.
well.
It's really awkward. Yeah, perhaps.
I think
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, I think the base form is very unfair.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think
increase speed, decrease speed, block debuffs, and
he
a bit of
brings a
cooldown
lot and a
reduction.
cooldown reduction. Cycling your skills. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad. It's
I
sort
think
of like
this
it's
form.
like an A tier champ, increase speed, decrease speed.
This-
Lady Kimmy, Necmo type champ. You lose the turn meter boosting of Necmo, but you're gaining a bit of cooldown reduction and block debuffs. He's like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Second form is hot.
Yeah, I
trash.
think a lot of the value, but I think people, because obviously back to the thing, Mythicals are so hard to get, and if you're pulling this dude,
Yeah.
you want him to be badass, right? And he's almost there for me, honestly. It's not the synergy; I can see it. I think just the Galen pact is ruining him. You want to guarantee the longer duration, so you can get more value out of that alternate form, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
All right, so I guess back into the Doom Tower stuff. We're gonna keep switching it up. The Tomb Angel. What are you thinking?
First one.
Yep.
Yeah, she again visually she looks badass, and she's absolutely terrible.
I thought I changed your mind on her, Nubs. Damn it.
No. I've been so back and forth on Thea over the years, but at the moment I think she's pretty bad. She self buffs a bit, but it's kind of awkward now, right? The extra turn on her A3, because as a Hex champion, the best place is Hydra, but the extra turn you outrun your buffs and you start eating into the turn counter. For Hydra as well, it's actually a really big disadvantage. Her A1 is fine. Her A2 is okay. I think her A2 could do more damage, and it could probably, you could make it increase more for the hexes. Yeah, she just needs a bit of a damage boost, honestly, and to consider switching up the extra turn thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
I
awkward.
somewhat agree that she needs some kind of tweaks, I guess is the right way to put it. I think I would argue in Hydra, Perfect Veil is something you're going to bring for the team anyway, so you might not need to rely on this as such. I think the main
Yeah.
issue is this one being a 4-turn cooldown, maybe bring that down, being such a simple ability. And also in Hydra, you can't really stack to 300%, right? Because,
No, you can't. Yeah.
yeah, it's just not going to happen. But, you know, with some like ally attackers, Grand Oak Padrakes, Makages, get some hexes out. 5-turn duration, by the way. Pretty wild.
Yeah, that is cool. I
Yeah.
mean, you could honestly just remove the A3, lower the cooldown of the A2, and have the A1 reduce the A2, up her damage, and just make her a smack machine. You could make her A3 like some sort of passive, like just passively give her Veil an increased attack or something. You could do some cool stuff. Her
Yeah.
passive as it is good.
Yeah, I like this. I use
Um,
this a lot in PvE, like stuff like Curse City and stuff like True Fears seem to
yeah,
proc all the time. It's pretty good.
yeah, it is. It's great in Curse City. It's really good. So that's good. Yeah, I'd probably make her A3 a passive, make her A1, reduce the cooldown of her A2, the A2 scale up better,
Hmm.
improve her multipliers, and just make her an actual threat that works well with ally attacks or something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I agree with this. I think I'm more on the fence of like a 3.5-ish champ, middle of the road.
yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah,
bit
she's still
too
at that
low for
level.
me.
Yeah, I think it's a bit harsh. She's definitely not good, but she's probably not as bad as that. Oh
Do you know
my
what it
god, the
is as well?
recommended artifact
It's
for that is
like,
so bad.
do you know what
I
it is?
tried.
Even if someone doesn't like the champion, I think I mentioned this before. Like, if you
Mm.
sat there and grinded the Doom Tower, this is your first legendary you're getting. Regardless if they're shit or not, you're gonna build it, right? Like, let's be honest.
Maybe
Like,
for fun, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I
just for
built I
fun.
built
Yeah. So I think,
she is worth it for Cursed City. She genuinely
yeah.
carries a couple of stages with the
Joy is for
passive.
me, one thing that I value a lot as well is there's no real book requirements outside of,
That's true.
you know, like
That
it's a
is true.
pretty high chance on the hex. You're getting no damage values here. It's just scalability with hex. Low investment. I think she's just a fun
Yeah.
champ, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she looks so visually cool. Just give her a big buff, make her actually strong. Like,
Yeah.
make her a 4 at it. Not a 3 out of 5, make her a 4 out of 5, right? We don't need her to be 5 out of 5, new hottest champ in the game, but make her better. Make her
Yeah, for
better.
sure.
She's got a decent base to work off of.
Just maybe
I
just
really think that being a passive trigger would be much, much better.
do you know what? I'm just thinking, right? Like this here,
Mhm.
honestly, I'd like to have, do you know, like how can I explain this? Like a Thor counter, for instance, like the more hexes that you place or something, it kind of ramps it up, and then at like a certain
Oh,
point,
yeah.
she does a crazy nuke, resets.
Yeah,
I think
like
that's
Rathalos or Thor. Yeah,
yeah,
that would be cool.
something like that. So then, like every 4 or 5 turns, you're getting like a
Yeah,
consistent massive smack. Um,
I like it. Yeah,
that could be a
agreed,
potential as
agreed.
well to play off.
Yeah,
Okay, so next up here, one that I'm actually upset about.
I agree. Yeah, Vassal. I think he's good.
I
Like,
think
again,
he's
he's
good,
not
man.
crazy, but he's good and he's
Yeah,
useful. Yeah. What's his ratings? Bad, aren't
I
they?
can't
Oh,
believe
that's
this.
that's way too harsh, man. Way too harsh.
What is this?
Yeah.
Like, I guess for the longest time ever, just to put it into context, he was the only champion, if not still one of the only few that could place a true fear on a 2-turn duration, which I
Yeah.
like. We got
Yeah.
decreased
Good.
attack in the same skill. It's on a good cooldown, 100%
Mhm.
chances is what we like to see. We've got a HP equalization, great for stuff like Phantom
With an
Shogun
extra
or
turn
with an
built
extra
in as
turn.
well.
We've got an A1 burn if you need it for certain bosses and stuff, whether that be like a
Mhm.
Frost Spider in a Cursed City stage where you don't have other burners or whatever. It's not bad, man. And receiving the less damage from these champions and enabling more damage for your demon spawn. I think I was doing
Yeah.
some fun stuff with like Kandrathon, which is pretty nice, but
Mhm. You know what you could do? You could make it if there's 2 or more demon spawn champs on the team, he just ups the damage in general by 20%. Maybe that's too crazy, but I mean, considering champions like Fiorad and stuff these days, it's probably okay. I mean, you could say just ups damage by 15% if you want to be a bit more uh,
yeah.
cautious, but you could make that a good bit stronger
Make
and
him
a
kind
bit
of
more
like the first faction unity champion who's not a faction unity, right? In a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he is. But I think his kit is fine. Like AoE True Fear for 2 turns, decreased attack, equalizing HP, bit of a burn. You could have him like put a shield on himself and the lowest HP person. You could up the A1 value a bit. Shields him and the lowest HP ally, so it's like
Yeah.
protecting them in case the True Fear doesn't trigger and getting back to the equalize. Like you could boost that a bit and make his passive a bit more impactful.
Yeah.
But I think he's actually fine. I think he's not god tier, but he's decent, and I think he's gonna be very good. very good for Faction Wars Hard with
He'll
2
be
turns.
MVP.
Yeah,
He'll be like
could be MVP. So I think people are way too harsh on him, honestly.
yeah, I liked him even before Faction War stuff came in. I genuinely just liked the champion. I thought, yeah, fair enough. He takes a damn long time to get the dude, but he looks like something out of Mortal Kombat for one, and he has a nice
His
little
chest
simple
is a
kit.
bit weird. I think when you just look at his chest, you're like, it's just a naked man showing off his chest, and he's got like the cool demon arms and head, but his chest is a bit strange.
It's just like
with his weird tattoo.
So it is. He
It's a bit
got
vain.
he got one of those chewing gum packets. You know, the tattoos. Just giving it a little try on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think we're both in agreement on that one. I think maybe not the best, but definitely not trash in terms of what he brings.
No. He's good. He's worth building as well. Gonna carry some Cursed City stages. He's actually kind of a must build late game.
What's his aura again? Is that nice? Oh, wow, it's nice.
Good. Yeah, he's good champ. Good champ.
Okay,
not crazy, but good.
Next up here, gone through a good amount of them too. Oh wait, there's one more. There's one more Doom Tower one that you listed up here.
We've got 2 more, and then there's the one that actually has good ratings.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into Gronjarr.
Oh my god, this guy. Is he number 8 or something?
He was actually just wrote it down here. Gronjarr was the 8th champion. Yeah, second last.
And he looks visually, he's cool. He's got a giant sword on his back, and he's effing terrible.
Wait, what happened to his sword? He burnt his own sword off. How's he gonna cut anyone with that?
No, we should read his lore, but he doesn't deserve it because he's that bad. He's got a cool beard armor, like freaking beard armor, man. That's so dwarvish.
Yeah,
that is amazing. And he's absolute garbage.
Yeah, unfortunately.
4 turn AoE burn. Get out of here, man.
What does this 10 meter fill for? Fills this champion's 10 meter for 5% for every burn debuff an enemy had before this attack. What?
Yeah. It's like, okay, guys, you don't need a 4 turn HP burn 3 years into the game. How about like a 5% turn meter? How about that? That make him good? No, it doesn't. Trash.
Has a chance of removing block debuffs and oh my god.
Remove 1 random buff. Absolute trash.
Does not receive any damage from burns. He's not even burning himself anyway, right?
Yeah,
he heals from them as well. What?
Yeah. But why?
Chance to place a freeze. Instantly removes it and places it. Oh, a bit of a Yumiko action going on. All right.
Yeah, so anti-Frost Spider, but Frost Spider's easy.
Let's be honest, man. You need this guy from the start, not at the end of the Doom Tower. Yeah, this dude. What's his ratings?
You're 3 years into the game and you can't beat Frost Spider. Here's this guy. It's like, what are you smoking?
I think he was the worst one that we've spoken about today.
He's dreadful. He's so bad.
Like, people 100%. Are starting with Supreme Gallic nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to be looking forward to this? Yeah, get him out of it.
Well, I think you change with him. Right. Well, you change. You make his A3, 3 turn cooldown, and just give him turn meter. Who cares? Make his A2 an AoE, and then you make him smack. So you make him a damage dealer that smacks really hard. Make him burn himself as well so he can heal himself up. Why the heck not?
That's what I was thinking. There's another champion that does that, right?
Yeah, but just make him AoE, smacking, doing some burns, removing block debuffs, and doing a bit of buff stripping. Why not? Just make him a damage machine. That's the one place you do use. I've used him once. There's one Cursed City stage, which is awful. It's like you've got to beat like a bunch of Mortu Macabs and Duchesses and stuff like that.
One, yeah.
Affinity champs, and it's dog shit. You build him for damage, and he's dreadful. He's got such shit multipliers, but he's the best option because everything else was worse for damage than him. So he's actually okay for that stage as your damage, but he's still absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
It's a really big change up because he looks actually very cool and he is absolute garbage. You know what? Make him A3, 3 turn AoE burn, smack, nuke. A2, AoE nuke, removes block debuffs, activates burns. I don't know. Give him something cool. Like burn activator.
That's like an Artak theme, right? Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Artak, but with damage. How about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Not amazing, probably, but good, usable.
Yeah, but as it stands, I agree with every rating you guys have put on him there. I think he is absolutely garbage. I think that was it for like the worst ones. I think we've just got the good ones to go now, right?
Baratha, I think he's still bad.
Oh, Baratha. Oh, do you know what? I like the champion so much, I thought he was in the good tier.
I think he's still bad. Let's check it. I think he's got terrible ratings. Let's take a look.
How?
Yeah.
There's no way. You're kidding me. Okay, this one, arguably, in my opinion, is the worst take on a champion here. I don't know why he gets to hate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I disagree, but let's see. Let's see.
I want to hear your one first, and I'll counter it.
Okay. Okay. Well, can we go through his
Yeah,
skills so I can
so we got an
remind?
AoE 100% chance to place a stun and a turn meter decrease by 30%. Granted, 4-turn cooldown.
4
We've,
turn. Yeah.
we've got a strengthen and a continuous heal on everyone, as well as a
Mhm.
shield equal to 25% of his max HP on allies under certain crowd control effects.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got a decreased attack A1 and also a stun on revived allies
Done.
or enemies.
Yeah. So I'd be looking to change a few things. Like the A3 could arguably be a 3 turn. I think the A2 should just give the shield, like strengthened shield,
I agree, yeah.
continuous heal, straight up. Maybe an extra continuous heal if they're under the crowd control could be fun. Make it spicier. A3 arguably should be shorter cooldown, and the passive shouldn't have a cooldown either. 'Cause
Mhm.
it has a cooldown. Or if it is going to have a cooldown, if you do an AoE revive, it stuns the first person, but not the others. It should stun like everyone, and that would be more fun.
Oh, I get you.
Um,
Yeah.
I think probably just no cooldown. Like he just stuns people who are revived, and that makes him a real threat.
Does it not do that?
No, no, he
And
only
everyone
like if you revive 3 people, he'll
Mhm.
stun the first one, and the other 2 are fine. 'Cause it's on
Okay.
cooldown.
The way
Yeah.
that I've used them in the past was to counter Sun Wukong, and it was so fun. I tried it in live arena.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
whenever
that's
the
nice.
Wukong kept popping up, they had like a UDK sitting there, right? And the
Mm.
Wukong kept coming back, and I was like, "Oh, let me just put Baratha in the last spot," and it actually worked.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yes," you know?
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
is cool.
I guess like
Yeah.
it's kind of niche, but I like it. You know, even in stuff like
Mhm.
Curse City, if someone's reviving a dominant thing, and you're like, "Damn, not again," you know, it could just stun them
Yeah,
out. But overall, I
yeah.
think he's not a bad little champ. I think I agree
He's
with you with
okay.
the cooldowns. Yes, drop that to a 3-turn. The skill alone
Yeah,
is not bad.
yeah, the A2 needs a buff. It's a bit shit. The condition is
I think
meh.
just if you just remove the condition though, it's not a bad one.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
you remove the condition and it's actually okay. Yeah,
you're getting
yeah.
strengthen, shield, and continuous heal on a 3-turn. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Increased attack. I think the way that I was using it is just like general support in Curse City is the way I found the most value. I was like constant
Yeah.
stunning, turn meter drops, healing, strengthen. And I just felt like some stages I couldn't beat without this rat,
Mm.
wherever he is in there. He's a rat, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's got some potential. Okay, he's not gonna be the best champ in the game, but he'd have potential to be decent. I think if he did remove the cooldown on his passive, again, it makes him so consistent against Sun Wukong, and that could be an exciting because new players really struggle with Sun Wukong, and that could be cool. Like, ooh, with my universal currency,
Yeah.
my fragments from Doom Tower, I can get Baratha, and I've got an anti-Sun Wukong champ. That'd be a great little gameplay thing for players to have. So yeah, a couple of buffs, and this guy could be there. I think I do agree that he's far from the worst that we've seen. Like Gronjarr is on a level of shit that is unbelievable. This and Chromax, this guy is way better.
Yeah.
He's kind of mid. He definitely needs a buff, but he's okay, and he
I don't
has
think
a
he
couple
deserves
of
like ones.
bit harsh.
I think yeah, maybe in the 3s to 3.5s is kind of where
He's sort of like yeah, 3.5. Again, he should really be buffed up to at least a 4 out of 5. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I always call him Baby Chris, but he is a rat. What is he? He is a rat, right?
He's more like a rat lizard. Yeah, he's cool. I like the look. He's really cool visually. Awesome.
Who
He's
do
so
you know what?
disappointing that he's not stronger because he's sick visuals. All the lightning and stuff. It's
Yeah.
badass.
Who do you think, like, in your opinion, is the best looking lizard?
Uh, probably Krisk.
You like
I do
Chris?
like, I do like Sulfurion as well. Krisk
Okay.
is cool.
Yeah,
The new
Sephorian's
guy
nice.
Karen is cool. Sulfurion. There's some really good ones.
I really like this dude.
Vergamcar is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's very unique. He's really really cool,
So we need to
and he's actually
see.
pretty. He's got really bad ratings, and he's actually pretty good now. I think this is way too
Oh
harsh
my
for him as
gosh.
well. He
Yeah.
deserves more.
Yeah. Could have been one on your
Uh,
list earlier. I need to
yeah,
see
yeah,
all of
yeah.
these mounts. So we need to get Tator Rhymehide, Vergamcar, Bar Sather, put them all in a battle
Mm,
and see what it looks like. It'd be crazy.
yeah. Well, you see, that's what's coming after Void Mythicals. Is going to be mounted Mythicals, which is where you put your Mythical on your four-legged champions, and
Can you
they
imagine the
combine into
metamorph
one.
situation? You're like trying to metamorph your mount. Jeez,
Yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be a
yeah.
mess. Uh, so are we talking about the good ones? I guess there was Vald the
There's
Destroyer,
only
right?
one, Varl.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the only one who's escaped the Doom Tower rating curse. He's got good ratings.
he's good. He's a good champ. I think
And he's a great champion. He's
yeah,
really good.
probably deserves to
AoE
be over
weaken,
there.
decrease attack, hits really hard, great passive, simple, bam. He escapes the curse. Some of this stuff's a bit harsh, honestly.
And of course, you get the best power with your offense and defense gear. Wait,
Yeah,
what? Some crit rate gear. What is going on with this game, man?
I know that's so out of date. It's shocking. They just need to do a most popular stuff. Oh, that's a creepy
That
things
is
on
some
this. Wow,
freaky face. I've never noticed that.
that's creepy. But yeah, he's a great champ. He's really good. He's a great champ. Really solid.
I
He's
agreed.
exactly what Doom Tower champ should be. Just good. Really good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess with the Doom Tower champions out the way, so only there's two more things to speak about, and
Mm.
one was we do Ashnar first. You were
Yeah.
mentioning you think he's a lot better than what?
Yeah, he's an orc. His ratings are shocking. Now, this might be pre-buff, of course, but he's actually really good. I think his ratings might have gone up since I looked. He's actually really good now. He's very, very good hydro damage dealer. He's actually one of the best in the game.
Oh wow,
I think he actually is. I think he actually has a better record than Toshiro, which is
really?
great.
Is it that?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so. I think so. He's extremely strong, actually. I underrated him when I did him because I didn't have him in merciless gear, which was I made a mistake.
Oh, so you're
But he's
kind of
brilliant. So
okay.
he absolutely got yeah. So you just like you do his burn once in his base form, you swap him into form 2, and he's a massive damage dealer, spreading debuffs, being your provoke champ, and he's fantastic. One of the best Hydra champs in the game. And then I was testing him in like a Lazarius type build, which is really fast, speed booster.
Hmm.
Then you swap him into form 2, and he can be a backup nuker, and he's really good for that too for arena. I think this champ is actually really good. He'd be one of my most wanted mythicals, actually, just because he's quite unique and fun. I think he's very useful in several different ways. I think people are way too harsh on him. I think they've underestimated him. Yeah, basically that. I think it's very good.
Interesting. I never really seen anyone speaking about Ashnor. I think it was always in a
Mm.
bad light when I did hear about it. But was it debuffed
Yeah,
recently?
he
I don't. I'm not sure if I caught it.
yeah he got buffed. Yeah, he was terrible before. His damage sucked. His form 1 kind of sucked. They improved both forms a lot. Like his passive in form 1 is great. Um, Allies do 3% more damage for every active HP burn debuff. But he not
Oh
only
wow,
burns the enemy, he burns your champions as well. So, for
kills him.
example, if there's 4 enemies and 4 allies, there's 8 active burns. He's
Oh,
giving
is
your
it working
team
like that? That's pretty crazy.
yeah, I
Okay.
think so. He gives your team 24% more damage, which is cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's actually sick. He's really good.
It's an interesting one. All right, maybe I put
Yeah, it's
Ashnar
like
on
it's not like
my. So he
it's
definitely,
not like you just you put him in arena and he's like, I've got my Seek Friend or my Nice the Shadow Thief, and they just YOLO solo the entire enemy team brain dead.
Mhm.
Um, like he does require some play, but I think he's great. He's bang on what a myth. I think some of the mythicals, I think Nice and Seek Friend actually are overpowered. I think this guy is pretty much what they should be, just actually genuinely really good. Um, yeah,
Nice.
he's pretty appropriate. Kind of like our base. He's just like really good,
Yeah, Arbase is a
but
really
not
cool one. I like
broken.
Arbase.
Yeah,
Not gonna
yeah.
lie though, I'm not a big fan of the way he looks.
Oh, I like
I'm
it. I
not.
like it. That's fair
Yeah.
enough. If you don't, yeah,
Yeah, I was
that's
just
fair.
looking at him. I was like, do I like him if I put him as a mythical? I'm not sure I do, man. I don't
Mm.
know. Maybe should have just turned him into a damn dragon in this form, you know?
Yeah, yeah, they could certainly have potentially done more, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're both in agreement of from what I've seen your video anyway, and you can see I've done some
yeah.
ratings. I amended
People are
it.
way too harsh. So
Yeah.
the thing that about the ratings that upset me the most was he solos Iron Twins in, like, a minute,
Yeah.
maybe 2, but he solos the dungeon, and he's got a 2.3 out of 5 rating. He solos the dungeon! What is that, bro?
Yeah.
Come on, get the F out of here, you jokers. I mean, I think he needs a buff, but that's just ridiculous.
I
That's a step into bullshit,
yeah,
frankly.
I don't think the base form needs a buff. I might be controversial. I really don't. I think it flows very nicely.
The A3 is a
Maybe
bit shit.
A3, okay, potentially, but you know,
The A2 is good.
I would never want to see that 2-turn provoke disappear. You know, it's not a lot of
Yeah,
champions do it. He's doing nice
mhm,
stuff for mischief tanking, and I like the enemy max HP upon
yeah.
counterattacking. I think that's a really cool
I agree. I
synergy.
think I think the A2, A1 are great. It's a great combo. The A3 is weak. That could be improved, but it's fine. And it's passive. I can't remember. I think it's passive reflects damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, so this is why you
Yeah,
can solo stuff like Iron Twins is because he's reflecting 100% of the damage he receives back and
and
then heals at
healing.
the same
Yeah,
time. So he basically
it's
becomes
pretty good.
immune and then through the revive on death, he's just picking himself
Mm.
back up and I'm pretty sure in some kind of speed tune, he might be able to do Sand Devil as well, to be honest.
Maybe.
I could see
Yeah.
it. 3-turn cooldown, revive on death, and staying alive. I think there's a potential
Yeah,
there.
possibly, and reflecting the damage. Yeah,
I
he
think
might.
his main issue is in alternate form, he can do some decent damage. I think,
Mhm.
chance to trigger polymorph is all dependent around decreased defense. And if they got stone skin and stuff, I can see where there's no synergy for arena. It's just not good enough.
Yeah. I think an easy change, you could have his A3 reduce buff duration before the attack hits.
Yeah,
That could be pretty darn
that would
powerful.
be a nice little one. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, then I think you could make his passive, make him immune to polymorph would help as well. Just because it's annoying, right?
Mhm.
Like when they're under decreased defense, he's immune to most stuff,
And
but
he's
not
not
polymorph.
ignoring any defense as well in any of the skills. I think.
Yeah, but he plays his decreased defense, so I think it's
I
okay.
guess so. Yeah, I think the main issue is if you can manage to take away that stone skin in some way, or just to
Mm-hmm,
be able to
hmm.
set this up and then recycle and turn me to steel, I can see it'll be cool. Or just being immune to polymorph would be nice.
Yeah, like when enemies are under decreased defense, they can't place other stuff, but he's so vulnerable to polymorph. It's really annoying. I guess you could just give him Wand of Submission nowadays, but yeah, I think he needs a bit more for sure. But has the potential to be good. He's gonna be ridiculous for faction wars. Hard. He's gonna be very useful there,
Yeah, for sure.
genuinely. But he needs a bit. So are you at 0, right? Oh no, that's seasonal. I thought you were at 0 live arena.
Oh,
This is
I don't play live arena anyway. To be honest, I'd
yeah,
probably, even if we came back in 2 weeks, I'd probably still be on 0 nubs.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So I guess anything else? Was there any other champions to bring up? I think that was all for our list today.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like there are a few other mythicals that are like rated quite mid. Like, whatever, like Nell, I think is pretty mid ratings, Fralny and so on. Most mythicals have very good ratings. And like there are definitely other ones that I think need buffs. Like I mean Garol, I think actually is kind of bad now, needs a buff, definitely Form 1 and so on. But yeah. We'll see. But those are the three mythicals that had the worst ratings by far. So I said they are the ones to mention. And yeah, the Doom Tower champs. Is it going back to what we said at the start? Are they rated really badly because they're Doom Tower champions? Or are they actually that bad? I think half of them are actually that bad.
Yeah.
And then half of them people are too harsh on, though they could use a bit of a buff. And I think if Raid came in, buffed them all, actually made them all good, made it universal currency that's quicker to earn, it could actually make it like such a fun and cool thing for new players instead of just coming in and being like, hey, I'm a new player. Oh, I get this garbage champion after 3 years. Forget about it. Like this might as well not be in the game. Like it's just dumb.
It's
And that just makes you respect the game less. So I think
yes,
they could do so
true.
much better.
I think the same kind of carries for epics. Honestly, I think anything past
Yes.
like the Dark
Yes.
Chaos and the Archmage helmets, the epics are absolutely garbage. Maybe exception of Gwyneth, she was pretty decent for damage, but still very
Yeah.
niche. A lot of them are.
We could go through them if you want. Would you want to go through them all for the video, or is that too much?
We could
We
do if
could.
you want to, if you got the time.
Yeah,
Can do
sure.
it.
Why not? We got the time.
Fuck it. Here we go, guys.
Fuck it.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll speed through these a little bit quicker, though, I guess. So,
Go fast.
Krakoth attacks one
Rework
enemy
it.
and places a revival and death on this champion. Why?
And you build her super tanky because she puts strength and shield on everyone based off her HP. I think the cooldown on that's too long. Yeah, 4-turn, 3-turn cooldown, A2, rework it completely. Probably make it a heal.
Yeah.
Or just a revive. She could be a reviver. Fuck it. Why not?
I'd give her Skytouch Shaman's A2.
Yeah. That
Block
could work.
debuffs, increase defense, cleanse.
There you go. Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. Her A1, I don't even know what it does, but it's only an A1.
Yeah.
It's pretty weak. Up the chance. And her passive is fine. Shields are a bit stronger. You could boost that a bit too. He's okay.
Wait, can you believe this? Wait, is this right? Wait.
What?
20 reviews?
Yeah, after
Do
they
you
reset.
think...
I don't think nobody even thinks about this champ. She's so irrelevant.
Guys, all right, guys. Task for today for everybody. Shall we just send everyone to review this so Raid see it and like does something, Like,
yeah, but she's dreadful. Yeah, that make the A3 shorter cooldown. I think rework the A2 to be better. Boost the passive a bit. Make her like the healer shielder for Dark Elves. They need a healer shielder that's accessible. So make it happen.
I think she's it could almost there. A2 needs change, like you said, and if
there's like 4 of them in Dark Elves, dude. There's so many Dark Elves.
If you got someone like Morag in the game with a 3-turn strengthen and ally attack and all this crazy stuff, they're just not similar. All right, so Dark Elves. We also had Dark Kael. I think he is one of the best.
Yeah, he's good.
fairly rated, I think.
Yeah,
He's one of the
he's
few
really good.
champions that can decrease the crit rate, and something like a clan boss where they've only got 15% crit rate, you basically get no unlucky
Yeah,
crits and poison,
yeah,
poison sensitivity, decrease attack, debuff extension. This is what epic should be from the Doom Tower. So
yeah. You could up his A1 chance to trigger stuff, but I don't think it's that important. But yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I think he's really good. He's genuinely great. So
yeah,
I don't think it's yeah.
I like
You
him.
could buff him if you want, but he's honestly good. So
A lot of them is in here, right?
so many for whatever reason. There's like 4. Rian, I think Rian probably could do with the buff. She's okay, but not great.
Question:
It, hmm?
Do you like Madame Ceres better than Rihanna Condra? Do you think she's a better
Honestly,
champion?
probably yeah. Yeah, I
Really?
do. Yeah, I think so.
I'm opposite.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Rihan's A2 is good. Her revive could be a bit better. Like, but I mean, removing the buffs and weaken on a 3 turn, it's good. That's good.
I think
Um,
the reason why, I guess the reason why I always thought Rihanna was better than Madame Ceres is with all the power creep in the game, it's a lot
mm,
easier for a later game player, I'd say, to get true damage in their builds, right? So
yeah, that's
then
true.
then you don't need decreased defense, and
Hmm.
then the
Hmm.
weaken becomes more powerful, right? So I'm just
Yeah,
thinking I guess for a later game player, might be better. And you got a
yeah.
revival in there as well, and a block buffs. I feel like there's a bit
Her
more
revive,
utility.
the revive is quite weak. I think the revive could be better. And the problem that I have with her a bit is she is very squishy as well, because you have to
Yeah,
build her with
quite
speed and
slow as
accuracy.
well.
And she's slow and has got low accuracy, so it's quite difficult to keep her alive. Like maybe a little passive for her could be cool. Make her revive better. She's certainly not bad. She's good. But
Kind
she
of
could be a bit stronger.
we kind of agree with this.
Boost her
Just a
base
middle
stats
of the
a bit.
road 3.54 champion. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I personally boost her base stats, make the revive way stronger, and that might do. Yeah,
Yeah, for
she's
sure.
good. Good, but could be better. But she's good.
All right, so that was Rian. Can you think of one of? I guess a Kof, is a Kof
There-
to Seed one?
There's Akoth is in Demon Spawn, and then
Yeah.
there's Gwyneth in Dark Elves as well.
Oh, with Gwyneth's in there as well. Damn.
Yeah, I know. There's so many.
All right, what do you think about Gwyneth? Actually, interesting one.
Gwyneth is okay. Yeah. She's got AoE A1 is fun, she can smack on that move. It's okay. The heal is okay, but it ends up being kind of terrible. She's weird. She's like a good single target damage dealer. I don't know. I find she's very strange. What about you? Like I've used her a bit and never been that impressed actually.
She
I don't
can.
know.
She can. Do you know what it is? It's all about ramping up the A3. It's
Mm.
like
Yeah.
when you can ignore 10% of target's defense for each debuff they are under in those encounters where there is a crap ton of debuffs, it
Mhm.
absolutely smacks. Probably one of the hardest nukes in the game. Um, and also transferring all debuffs is pretty nice for something like a dragon, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This is
What I would
nice.
do I would change the A2 slightly.
Yeah.
The A2 right now, she does the big smack, heals her by 30% damage, and then heals allies with the surplus. I'd probably change it to just heals your whole team by 30% of the damage or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's crazy, but just make it a big heal.
Yeah.
Triggering off the surplus heal is a bit clunky.
I think she was designed for the Never Spider initially. Because the idea is you
Oh,
don't trigger the
probably.
counterattacks from the spiderlings, and then
Right.
you
Yeah.
transfer all the poisons that they put on you back to the boss and deal true damage.
Just takes you too long to get her. Like, who's using Gwyneth for Nether
Yeah,
Spider
it's
by the time
true.
you get Gwyneth? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, on the fence, this one.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit highly rated in my opinion, but
Yeah. She's like 3.5.
yeah.
4 maybe, yeah. She could do with a little buff, but she's okay. Not urgent compared to some of the others.
Yeah, for sure. Uh,
Akoth is good. I like
He's
Akoth.
probably one of the best, honestly, out of that they give you.
Yeah,
Because no books
he was
needed, right?
he was the first AoE HP burn champ on my account,
Really?
genuinely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I use him so much. But yeah, AoE burn. You do need several enemies alive, but it's good. And then AoE shield. He actually does a little bit of skill increase cooldown, like a bit
Yeah.
of lockout in his A3, which you forget about. But yeah, gives everyone a shield, increases their skills. It's good.
That's actually pretty wild. I always thought it was one turn. Like, it's a 2 turn. Yo.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid.
That's
Like it's solid.
sneaky OP for some players out there, That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, so he's probably fine. Decreased crit rate, I think A1, which is good.
That's very
Yeah,
good. Very good, actually. That's a high chance.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And a chance to
then
fear as well. Bit of crowd control. Love it.
He's great. He's a great champ. No changes needed. He's
I
what they
guess
should be.
in essence of speaking about a champion from just within the epics I was speaking about, you might be the 4.55 out of 5 in compared to them. Nice.
Yeah, like he's a great epic, and he can be a good defense damage dealer too, right? Because he's got 2 AoEs and short cooldowns. You can build him to nuke, and he's okay. Maybe his A3, the shield, I think scales off of his HP. Yes,
Yep.
champs max HP. You don't build him with HP. If that scaled off of his defense, I think that would be a nice improvement. So then
Yeah,
you
for
could build
sure.
him to with just high defense to hit harder, and that would probably make a bit more sense.
Yeah, I
And he
think
could be a nuker.
only downside of him is you need to have multiple enemies, right, to get 100%
You
chance to
do,
burn.
yeah,
But aside from that, not bad.
yeah. But yeah,
Next,
he's good. He's good.
who's the next one? I'm trying to like self
There's the
brain.
dark. There's the Shadowkin Thea. She's in
Oh
there.
yeah. Thea, where are you? There she is. What do you think about this champ, man?
No, not a fan. Single target, like you get her so late. Single target, some poisons, and she's really, really quite poor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the only place that I would see nowadays to use it is potential Amius. You know, if you want to get that
hmm
nice heal reduction out there, chance to instantly
Yeah.
activate the burns or the poisons that she or an ally is placing, I guess. Decrease accuracy. Nothing crazy. Decent multipliers, but I think very similar to the
Yeah.
Gwyneth, right? Very situational on what you need.
She's so bland.
Yeah.
Like, you wait for ages to get this. She looks kind of cool, but you wait for ages to get this champ, and it's like bit of poisons, bit of, a couple of debuffs.
That's a cool mask.
She really needs. I actually think she needs a fairly substantial rework to actually make her interesting. She's so
I
boring.
think her issue is she doesn't have any burns to activate as well.
Yeah, that would
It's
help.
like
That would
she's
help.
just maybe just placed. Do you know like a Fiorad the Fat? Place a burn and a
Yeah,
poison. Same
burn and
skill,
poison,
pretty
that would
much.
help.
Yeah.
I give her like a strong A1 as well, because I think, Shadowkin, then you'd be like, oh, I can put her in a team with Mikage, and if she's got a beastly A1,
Oh, like
that could
this.
actually be pretty good.
Maybe make her the weakened version of a Boro.
That
Ooh.
would be cool.
Because a Boro
Yeah.
does that, right? She does like turns
Boro
into an
does,
A.
yeah, she does the decreased defense, and then yeah, that would be sick. That'd be cool.
That
Yeah, she
would be
could do it a
cool.
weekend. That'd be really awesome. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
so I think we're both in the fence of she needs a bit of love.
Yes.
And man, I guess you're the one that you snaked. Where is he? Archmage.
Archmage helmet. Yeah, he's great.
Guys, for
He's
any OG Nubs fans out there, you will know what he did. He snaked him. This was his OG logo when he first made his channel, and he's gone
yeah.
to Fenax. I can't believe it. What's
I
funny though?
know.
Do you know you've never changed your watermark on your videos? Have you noticed?
No,
So
it's still him,
basically,
isn't it?
yeah, it's still Archmage there. So he's still there he's like a little mini Easter egg, you know?
Oh wow, I need to probably update that. Oh well. But yeah, he's great. He's a great little champ. Nice boost, nice buffs, bunch of buffs, and then the AOE stun and some turn meter pushback. I mean, you could buff it a little bit, but I don't think you need to. He's just a great champ. Make
Nah.
his aura a bit better. His aura is a bit shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I got
fine.
no downsides to say about this dude. I think great seer
Yeah,
enabler, loads of buffs
yeah.
for the full team, crowd control, nice bit of damage. I wouldn't change a thing about this dude. I think he's good.
19% all battles aura. Go for it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raid.
While we're there, I mean, sure, just make it 20%. Give us extra 1%, you know.
Yeah. Make him equal to those void legendaries from the Ogren that we were talking about in
Yeah.
my video.
And I can't believe I can't remember all the champions here.
Yeah. Have we got them all? Hang on, let me see. Doom Tower Epics. If I Google, will it come up?
Do Doom
Oh,
Tower
yeah.
Doom Tower rewards maybe?
Oh, Ziichi Laberga.
Oh, the Burger King.
They're the two we're missing.
All
And
right.
they're in the final section. So 7, 8, and 9 are Ziichi Laberga, and then Krakarth. Krakarth is the final reward.
So where's La Burger? Is she? Oh, no, she's
Laberga
an
is an
orc, right?
orc.
Yeah.
He gets used for one stage in Curse City
I
Bard.
really like this champion, but
I think she's fine.
you get her
Yeah.
very late. I was actually writing an article on the best poisonous for the Demon Lord clan boss, and she was up there in the top 10 for me.
She's decent. Yeah.
It's
Again,
increased.
got a long cooldown, but she's just an epic, so I think that's okay. Passive is good.
Is this here like?
Poison sensitivity.
It's basically a dark kill, but you get it later. But you also get increased defense
Yeah.
and increased attack. It's quite
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
And poison's A1. I think she's fine. Again, I think if you gave universal currency and you could unlock her early,
You would, yeah.
she's okay. And she's not amazing, but she's decent. She's solid. Does the job. I think she's okay.
And then the other one you mentioned was
Ziichi, who's terrible.
that's a lizard. Yeah.
I don't even
Oh, I
remember what
remember.
they do.
I remember this chick. I think she's a leech
Single
one.
target damage and it's dog shit.
Oh, she's like the crappy Gembo
Yeah. Buffs herself and then does the single target nuke.
that ignores no defense. Okay. Yeah. I guess we don't speak about this one. We don't want to ruin this video, do we?
I guess make the A2 AoE and she'll be okay. Still pretty bad.
So this looks like. Do you know when I take my kids to the park and they have like those ropey climbing frames?
Yeah.
It's like she just stole one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But Ziichi is absolutely terrible. Yeah, I think make the A2 AoE and she's still not very good.
Raid, whatever you do, just please full rework this champ. Thank you very much.
Yeah, full rework might be better. Yeah, honestly.
She's beyond saving at this point.
Assassin of Kings and Crown Breaker, and she's dreadful. Yeah, needs a huge
That's funny.
buff. So bad.
Yeah, but I guess on that note, I guess that was everything, Nubs, for this movie marathon. You know, it's been just touched over an hour there on this one.
Let's rate all the login champs as well for this video.
All right, guys. Here we go. No, we're not doing
keep it rolling.
And you know what's going to happen? We're going to get to the end, and it's going to be corrupted, the file. And
God, yeah. Let's rate every champion in the game in one sitting.
I think Ash did that once, and I was like, bro, that is that's very time consuming. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think combined. Wait, so we started recording at what? 1 o'clock? Was it 2? 2 o'clock? 1 o'clock?
2 o'clock. We've done 2.5 hours straight recording.
We take that. You know, pretty cool. All right, Ups.
Yeah.
On that note,
that was the love making session. You'd be bragging to your friends about that.
Like. I'm gonna go brag to my friends about this. And be like, can you believe I recorded 2.5 hours at Nubs and spoke about?
I lasted 2.5 hours at Nubs.
Yeah.
Ah, Lord.
Anything you want to say here before we close off?
No, I'm good.
You sure? Yeah.
Said enough.
Well behaved today.
Said too much.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you did make it to the end of this video, wish you an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you all on a video soon. And go check out the videos on Nub's channel as well for the other 2 hours. Peace.
Yes.